That mercenary group had fought some of the deadliest battles in Ukraine. In June, though, Wagner turned on Russia's military leadership and triggered a major confrontation, leading to worries of a civil war in the country. Wagner groups moving closer to Moscow. The rebellion put down within about 48 hours or so. Russian President Vladimir Putin appeared stunned and destabilized by what happened. Prigozhin had been a longtime ally. A deal was reached. Prigozhin ended the rebellion. He was not charged with any crimes, although some analysts had said as a result of what happened, it might be only a matter of time before he was arrested or worse. All right, let's bring in retired Major General David Fraser for some immediate reaction to this. CTV military analyst. General Fraser, good to see you. Your thoughts?
Well, Todd, it's good to be with you, unfortunately. And I don't think anyone is going to be completely surprised that Prigozhin is gone. The question is, was it truly an accident or was it retribution for what he did to Putin? And let's not forget that General Armageddon was also replaced from the head of the Space Force yesterday or a couple of days ago. So Putin seems to be cleaning up all those people that didn't support him in Ukraine. So it does look somewhat suspicious, if not opportunistic, for Putin.
Yeah, and I remember when this happened, there was a lot of surprise, General Fraser, that Prigozhin was not arrested at the very least, or taken off the board, as they say. It did seem to be there was some kind of deal reached between him and Putin. But now this, I remember President Biden at the time, General Fraser, said something to the effect of, well, if I was Prigozhin, I'd be watching my back moving forward. I'd be watching what I ate, etc. Sort of a reference to poisoning that have happened, against some previous Kremlin problematic figures in the country. Your take, I mean, now what's going to happen is, of course, there will be an investigation, but that investigation will be led by Russians. And so it's an open question whether we'll ever actually know what might have happened if Prigozhin was even actually on board this plane. And we don't know that yet. All we know is that he was on a passenger list.
Well, Todd, I mean, we'll never actually know what the true story is going to be because it's coming out of Russia. But irrespective of that, I mean, for Putin, whether he did this or not, it certainly makes him look very much in power, very much taking control of the situation for those people who do not support him, Prigozhin and General Armageddon. So this actually strengthens Putin's position and puts the fear of you-know-what into everyone else if they don't do what Putin asks them to do and tells them to do. So this is the clearing of the books and clearing of a settling of accounts for Putin, and kind of resets the story for the Russians and the Wagner Group, because now the Wagner Group can be completely under control of the Russians. There is not going to be any residual legacy of Prigozhin. He's gone, and Russia carries on under the tyranny of Putin.
Yeah, we'll see what new developments come in and whether it's confirmed that Prigozhin was actually on board that plane. But you mentioned the Wagner Group, so let me ask you: they were involved in some of the deadliest battles in Ukraine before they pulled back. They are still operating in a number of countries in Africa, in the Middle East, Libya, including propping up dictatorships in Africa. What you're saying is that regardless of what happens to Prigozhin, the mercenary group will now be under the control of the Russian military itself, General Fraser.
Absolutely. And those leaders that were supporting Prigozhin during the mutiny are now in Belarus. I think this has sent a shot across all the Wagner leadership to be ready, to be prepared that regardless of what the circumstances, the reality is Wagner now works for Russia. Wagner was one of the tools that Putin created that ended up biting him in the rear end. They were very, very successful and important to Russia in Ukraine, very important in Africa, as the picture shows. But it's to tell those mercenaries, let there be no doubt, you have one master, and it's Putin. Do not cross him, whatever you do, because the consequences will be deadly.
General Fraser, I appreciate you coming on amid this breaking news and giving us some of your immediate reaction. Thank you.
Todd, thank you.